I finally traded an ICT concept today, and I'm going to go over the trade here in a second. But as a disclaimer, I am not an ICT trader. I've gone through a couple of videos from his previous mentorships back in the day, but I decided as an experiment, I'm going to go through his 2024 mentorship and learn some concepts and apply them in my trading just as an experiment to see how it works out. I'm a full believer in continuing to learn and getting better, and I feel like everybody has something to offer when it comes to learning, and I choose very wisely on who I learn from. But as an experiment, I decided to try ICT's 2024 mentorship and apply a concept that I learned from it. I'm not fully through it. I've only gone through like the first 4 videos, but there were some things that I learned in there that I wanted to apply into my trading, and it actually panned out today. We're going to go through it, but if you're an ICT trader, I need you to comment below, how'd I do, right? Give me some feedback. I need some feedback from you guys. How'd I do on this trade? What would you guys have done different? And are you an ICT trader? And for how long have you been an ICT trader? Let me know in the comments. Guys, let's get into the video. Also, subscribe to the channel. It's a free way to get involved with the channel. I will be going live again here soon. So if you want to catch live streams, hit that subscribe button. And also, do me a favor. Take 1 second out of your day to smash that like button. It's a free way to support the channel. It tells YouTube, hey, I kind of like this guy. I like his content. I want to see more of it. Let's get into the video, man. Let me share my screen. There we go. All right, so jumping into this trade, first off, did I leave a lot of money on the table? Yeah, I did. I left a lot of money on the table. Could I have had a better entry? 100%. But I want you guys' feedback in the comments, so you just put that down there below, all right? Now, the concept that we traded, right, is the idea of we have equal highs and equal lows, all right? So I'm going to mark those real quick. And keep in mind, guys, I'm a new ICT trader. Right? I mean, let me rephrase that. I'm not saying I'm an ICT trader because I'm not. I am experimenting with something new that is from ICT. So let me just clarify that. All right. We have equal highs up here. Okay. You see these equal highs up here. Then we have more equal lows down here. And we have a low. Let me grab my line tool. We have a low right here. I don't know why it won't let me draw my line. Let's try that again, shall we? You know what? I'm just going to do this. Okay, there we go. We have a low literally right there. All right. So the idea in his 2024 mentorship was if you have equal highs and equal lows at the top and the bottom, you wait for one of them to get taken out. Specifically, that is exactly what he said. That's what I did. I'm on the 1 minute chart here. We have equal highs and equal lows. I waited for this move to happen, where we took out these equal lows and we came down and actually grabbed liquidity from this low down here. We had manipulation down and we caught the rise back up. Now, the idea behind this was, well, if one of them gets taken out, then we wait for that and try to find an entry to catch the other end of this where the other equal lows get taken. And so we saw a little bit of a bullish movement happening. And so the idea was, okay, we've taken all this out. Now that we have bullish movement, we have buyers moving us higher. It looks like we want to go up and grab these equal highs. And his idea is you look for where the market is smooth, right? It's natural for us to want to mess up anything smooth. The example he gave was if you look at a pond and it's just clear water, clear, no waves, it's just really smooth. You want to grab a rock and throw it in and disrupt it. That was the idea in the example that he gave here. And so with that in mind, these equal highs seemed like they were going to be taken out as we got this bullish movement. Now, when I saw this and I gathered that idea, I was waiting for a good entry on a fair value gap that allowed for, like I said, a good entry. Now, we had a couple. We had a fair value gap here. We have a fair value gap, small one here. And we have one right here. Now, it did come back and give me a fair value gap test here. However, I was looking for a little bit of a deeper one and it did not give that to me. So I watched this thing pretty much run without me, right? It definitely just ran without me. And we did actually, before I took the entry, we did actually go up and clear the equal highs, right? So I waited. I just sat back and waited. I waited for this to come back. We had a fair value gap here. It did come down into this fair value gap. However, I continued to wait for confirmation. Probably could have took a better entry, but I went ahead and took a small position long here with 4 contracts. After we'd taken that fair value gap, it did run against me a little bit to come down to VWAP. That's okay. But buyers continued to step back up, and we continued to run and clear again these equal highs and grab liquidity above this high here. So I ended up taking this trade for, what was it? About 29 points. Not a bad day. It was overall a $294 trade. As I did add to my position here and then took it all out here. That's a lot of money on the table. Obviously, you can see that. We've continued to run pretty much all day long. It's been a trend just to the upside all day, but I'm totally fine with that. This is an experiment for me to see how this style of trading works and plays out. Now, did I execute the overall idea and the concepts perfectly? No, I did not. This was my first day actually trading a actual ICT concept. However, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, even though I wasn't in the trade, I was right on the general idea of we did go clear these lows, right? These equal lows. We grabbed liquidity, manipulated down, and came back up. And we came up and took out the equal highs, right? When you have both, when you have equal highs and equal lows and they're on both sides, wait for one of them to get taken out and then can play for the other. That was what he mentioned in his 2024 mentorship. And that is what essentially I did, even though my entries were not the best, right? I probably could have entered off this fair value gap here. However, that's just experience and getting used to an ICT concept, right? I have my other strategies. I'm not saying that I'm going to continue trading ICT. This is more of an experiment for me. I have my other strategies where I trade the 15-minute or 30-minute opening range breakout. I have an initial balance failed auction strategy that I use, whether we fail the initial balance or we have continuation higher or lower based off what we're doing. So I have other strategies that I trade. Again, this is more of an experiment to see how I can apply what ICT trades and what he teaches into my trading. And if it is something that I can add to my arsenal, I'm not opposed to adding ICT concepts to my arsenal if it continues to work. This is more so just me back testing his strategy and saying, okay, does this actually work? And so if it continues to, I'll add it to my arsenal. But until then, I want you guys, if you're an ICT trader, if you trade ICT and understand his concepts, I want you guys to comment down below in the comments. What would you have done on this trade? Given this example, right, and the layout that was presented for us, what would you have done on this trade? What could I have done better? And what would you have looked for, say, after this had played out, given the price movement, right? I'm sure you guys have looked at the charts and know what's going on. What would you guys have looked for after this trade had already played out? Or would you have held longer onto this trade? I want you guys to put down in the comments, put everything down in the comments for me down below. This is a video where I'm asking you guys for feedback, right? As a trader, I think we can always continue to learn and get better. And I think feedback is the number one way that we can all do that. So this is me asking you guys to put down in the comments your feedback on this ICT trade. If you guys trade ICT, if you don't trade ICT, get out of my comment section. don't comment on this because I want feedback from people who specifically trade ICT. But with that said, you guys, if you like this kind of content, smash that like button down below. It is a free way to support the channel to get more content from me. Again, I will be live pretty soon again, where we will be trading the NASDAQ live in front of you guys. My full tilt moments, my green days, my red days, everything about trading. I will do it live right here in front of you guys when I will be back. But guys, until then, I will see you in the next video. Cheers.